What's going on, you guys? I'm TJ Harmon, aka Rel2G. 2014, a brand new year, but the 2013-2014 NFL season continues with Wild Card Weekend. 4 games this weekend, 8 teams vying to see who will go to the second round to face number 1 and number 2 respectively. Let's get with our picks, shall we? And then we'll recap my week 17 from last week. The first game on the card from Lucas Oil Stadium is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts in this game are 2.5-point favorites to win this game. If you are the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to focus on Andrew Luck, who's in his second playoff. It's going to be a good one, an intense one as well. Backing him up, you got Donald Brown, who's making his very first his first playoff game. Trent Richardson, his first playoff game as well, but he's probably going to be the backup of Brown because Brown has been getting better runs than Trent Richardson in recent games. You still got to focus on Darius Hayward-Bay, Reggie Wayne, don't forget, and T.Y. Hilton. On the other side of the spectrum, you got the Kansas City Chiefs, who set all their starters down last week. Alex Smith, Jamal Charles, Dwayne Bowie, Donnie Avery, and Dexter McCluster will all be back in this game. This game will be much different compared to the game in Week 15, but this should be an interesting game to say the least. Both quarterbacks got 33 touchdown passes. It should be a tight one. It should be interesting, but I'm going to go with the home team of the Colts to beat the Chiefs in this game on Saturday afternoon. The game time right there is at 4:35, by the way. Saturday night, you got the New Orleans Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles. Game time there is at 8:10. This is going to be a NFC high potent offensive game as well as defense, because pretty much this is a neck and neck game. Recall, Nick Foles, Drew Brees both graduated from the same high school, but Drew Brees' record was broken by Nick Foles before he graduated from that high school in Louisiana. Saints still has not won a playoff game on the road. They're undefeated at home, but still they can't seem to win. When it's time for being in the cold, they have issues that they need answers to. And of course, the Saints need to get this playoff win on the road to kind of get them out of this little bind that they're in. But I don't see that happening. Even though Drew Brees is experienced, as well as Pierre Thomas and also Marcus Colston and a couple other, and Jimmy Graham. These are experienced players who knows how to win games in the playoffs, but in the cold, that's going to be a little bit different. Again, Drew Brees is a pocket quarterback. He also likes to pass really quick, and his target is always Jimmy Graham. So if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, you have to focus on him, and I think the Eagles may put somebody like Michael Kendrick to stick in Jimmy Graham. And also you got Pierre Thomas and Mark Ingram as your backups for Brees. I think Connor Barwin will find a way to shut this Brees down if he could just deflect his pass or knock some balls of his down, because he throws short passes and quick passes. I think he'll be able to maintain that. Don't forget Darren Sproles, former Charger. He can also be a threat for this Eagles defense. And the Eagles defense just got to contain a few of those players. Now, if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, if you're the Saints, you have to focus on Nick Foles, who is the #1 quarterback of this season with a pass rating of over 119. LaShawn McCoy, who is the rushing title champ this season, you have to watch out for him because he's a beast over there as well. Behind him is Bryce Brown. Deshaun Jackson, Bradley Cooper, Jason Avant, Brent Selleck, just to name a few, and also Brad Smith. I said Brad Marsh. Brad Smith definitely is going to be a threat to that Saints defense. The defense of the Saints, not all that hot, and so again are the Eagles. Eagles defense is around there near last, but They've been picking it up lately, and if they can pick it up, the Eagles can beat the Saints in the link. The Eagles, by the way, are 2.5 favorites to win this game. I'm going to go with my Philadelphia Eagles to beat who that? New Orleans Saints at the Red Link. The temperatures there is going to be in the low 20s, going down to about 8 or 9 degrees. Saints got to win this game, but a lot of people think so. But I just don't trust my instincts on that Saints defense trying to stop this hurry-up offense of the Eagles. LaShawn McCoy is going to be a big factor in this game. Eagles win, goes on to this weekend, should that be the case. Sunday, we got the other AFC game. The San Diego Chargers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Game time is at 1:05. The Chargers are 7-point underdogs in this game against the Bengals because the Bengals are awesome at home. That's why they're the number 3 seed in the AFC division. Phillip Rivers, he's got Ryan Matthews backing him up. Also, you got Keenan Allen, Antonio Gates, Eddie Royal, and Danny Woodhead. But on the other end of the spectrum, you got Andy Dalton. 33 touchdown passes already. He's a beast. If they keep that up, Bengals can win this game as well. Backing him up is Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, Giovanni Bernard. Backing them up in the receiving ends, you got AJ Green, Marvin Jones, and Jermaine Gresham. This is going to be a real tight game. But if you are the Cincinnati Bengals at Paul Brown Stadium, you're definitely going to win this game. Temperatures in your favor of the Chargers. Definitely, this is going to be intense. I think it's probably going to be maybe a 3 to 5 point game. It's not going to be a blowout by any means necessary. So I'm going to go with the Bengals to win this game against the Chargers. And the late game on Sunday afternoon is the San Francisco 49ers at the Green Bay Packers. Game time there is close to 5 o'clock, 4:40. As you know, these two teams met early in the season, and the Packers lost to the 49ers at what was once Candlestick Park. More interesting, I think it's going to be a different game compared to that first game of the first season. Colin Kaepernick with Frank Gore, with Anquan Bolden, Vernon Davis, Michael Crabtree returning after his little injury should give the 49ers some breathing room. The Packers got to look for Aaron Rodgers coming off his collarbone injury. Eddie Lacy backing him up along with Jordy Nelson, who could also be a big threat to this 49ers defense. Also James Jones, Jared Boykin, and Randall Cobb scoring a game-winning touchdown last week against the Bears and giving the NFC North back to the Packers. Game time temperature in Lambeau Field almost 6 degrees below zero. I don't think the 49ers are going to be able to maintain this type of weather. They're going to play in extreme cold. Packers are used to it because they played it last week in some snow, light snow that is. I think this is going to be a game the Packers can get. And again, the Packers are 3-point underdogs in this game. The 49ers, I don't think will have a chance. Even in all of this cold, I think the Packers will win this game. I think all the home teams in this weekend's wild card weekend will win their games, believe it or not. So the Packers will win this game over the 49ers for the final game of the weekend for the wild card showdown. So to recap my picks: the Eagles over the Saints, the Bengals over the Chargers, the 49ers taking the L from the Packers, and the Kansas City Chiefs going back home. Had a great season, but couldn't get too far. Will lose to the Indianapolis Colts. Post your picks and your comments down below, and we'll see what happens after the games on Sunday. I'm TJ Harmon, aka Rel2G. Week 17, I went 15-1, only lost one game, and that was to the Jets, who spoiled the Dolphins' chances at the playoffs. So everybody else almost had a perfect week, and I kind of felt some type of way, but hey, it's all good. So I am going to be recognized this week somewhere. Alright, so see you guys next week for round 2 of the NFC AFC division games. I will talk to y'all then. Give y'all my picks for next week. Alright, it's cold out there. Hercules is out there with the snow, so see you down the road.